until now, what we've shared is certain ideas that relate to Shabbos that you could discuss, that you could throw out as a question and use that to spur on conversation. The next few we're going to deal with relate to the Parsha. And this may be simple to you, but it's a great conversation piece to have with your guests who you invite for this special Shabbos, and hopefully guests that you'll invite each and every Shabbos, who because of you will be able to appreciate the experience of what a Shabbos is. You know, there's two diametrically opposed views of who Noach was. And it's worth bringing that up. He's called Ish Tzaddik. He was righteous. But is that a relative term? He was righteous relative to a depraved society? Or is it an objective term? That in any generation he would be viewed as a superstar? And why is that important? You know, one of the tragedies we look back at Noach is he was given 120 years. God, through prophecy, gave him the engineering and the architectural principles to build a teva, to build an ark that would withstand the kind of flooding, the kind of water that would take place during the deluge, during the Mabul. And you know what? He had 120 years to impact his generation. They would see this huge construction project taking place. They would ask him about it. Word would get out. Not one person, not one individual, not one family. He couldn't transform anyone. What a tragedy. Okay, he wasn't depraved, but he was no Avraham. He wasn't a leader. He wasn't an impact player. That's one view of Noach. And in fact, in the Haftorah, Yeshaya uses the word, the prophet Isaiah uses the words, Mei Noach, the waters of Noah. Not the waters of the Mabul, but the waters of Noah. Because how tragic Noah was. The other view is just the opposite. You can only transform someone if there's potential to be transformed. You can't turn a stone into water. You can't turn scotch into orange juice. Meaning what? If these people were so far gone, we can't blame Noah that he couldn't transform them. He couldn't impact upon them. Just the opposite. The fact that he could protect his own children, the fact that in his family there was a sense of ethics and morals, in his family there was a sense of values, our hat's off to him. Look at that. We're all social animals. We're all impacted by our society and civilization. And he was able to insulate his family. Don't blame Noach. This man is a great man. In this debate, was he a relative to the others? But, you know, unfortunately, he's a tragedy. He accomplished nothing. Or no, just the opposite. He accomplished a great amount. Is to save one life is to save a universe. Even if that life is yourself. Even if that life is your spouse, your children. Two very different ways of looking at Noah. It seems from the Rosh Hashanah Machzor, in the Musaf and Malchios, it seems from many of the Chazal, the rabbinic sayings we have, that there seems to be a prevalent position that he was a relative tzaddik. He's not, you know, the Mabul, the Teva, the ark which is closed on all sides, that's not our model. Our model is Abraham and Sarah's tent, the ohel of Sarah Imenu and Avram Avinu. It was open on all four sides. They engaged the world. They weren't afraid to engage the world, and they had a huge impact. Hanefesh asher asu b'charan. What does it mean, hanefesh asher asu? They didn't make people. What does it mean they made them? They transformed them. They made them spiritually. They made them morally. They made them intellectually. At every stage of where he lived, whether it was in Iraq, in Kazdim, in Bavel, whether it was in Haran, in Syria, whether it was in Canaan, at every stage of the way, Avram had that ability to have an impact on others. And that's why Avram and Sarah are our role models and not Noach.